Well, Jodan Sancho is said to be up for sale, and lots of things have been put up on him. He's one of those players that has always made the list of Manchester United by the several United correspondents that he's really up for sale. But this time around, I'm here to really give you my view on whether he is or not, and why these people are not really stopping to put up such stories onto the shirt number 25 of Manchester United. Welcome to United Matters channel. How are you guys, and where you watching us from? Hope you guys enjoyed my match preview. My match reaction. That is the last video I really did in the morning. That's why I've come in late, because it was really a long day. So guys, smash the like button, comment and share, and if at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on the stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokan David is my name, or you can call me RD. Now we are also discussing Johnny Evans, Bruno Fernandes hailing Kobbie Maino, and what it means to beat Arsenal, and that is Bruno for you. So I call upon for you guys to go into the lower right bottom corner, smash the black button that has the word subscribe. After smashing it, hit the notification bell. That will enable you get notified every time I upload a video onto this channel. That applies to everyone who is always watching in, and you haven't yet subscribed to this channel. Please do the needful, as the more you subscribe, the more we are going to hit 15,000 subscribers before the end of this month. As of today, we are now left with 8 days to call it a July, and we start off what we call an August. Now we start it off with a story coming in from James Daka. He's a Northern football correspondent. I think he's gonna hate to take off that is a United correspondent. I don't know why he's gonna hate to take it off, but that means he has some close sources to Manchester United. He's telling us that Manchester United are still willing to listen to offers for Jodan Sancho, and he's not only correspondent for United, but even Simon Stone has confirmed to us that Jodan Sancho is one of those players Manchester United would probably sell, save for the fact they would get nothing like £73 million they paid Borussia Dortmund for him. Now, I find it odd that this story is really making rounds on several websites and big websites about Jodan Sancho. It has been one of those stories I've gone ahead to be put up in June, that Spurs were interested and they're willing to pay, and United was calling in for £50 million. And that obviously shows you that Jodan Sancho is not up for sale. If he was, £50 million, I believe very many teams will be willing to sign him. Do you know why? He's just 23 years of age. If there is a manager that believes in him, he'll obviously sanction the deal and tell the board to really pay that money to get in Sancho onto their team. People tend to forget one thing, that Sancho has been through a turmoil at Manchester United. He signed in the summer of 2021, and in that summer, he had close to 3 managers in a single season. He was managed by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who bought him and obviously kept him on the bench, never started him games. Then Carrick came in through for like 3 games, and then Ralf Rangnick came in through and used him a lot. That is it. And he saw to it that there are flashes of Sancho in his first season. Now, his second full season at Man United, he started it very well, scoring goals, putting in assists, and he got mental problems. And I don't know if at all you can ever blame the mental problems, on a player, because in these countries, these problems are really so much taken serious. You saw even Del Ali coming out and saying that I was sexually abused when I was still young. That still cuts back into my mind, and that's why I'm really dropping off for the previous 3 years, and I'm just 27 years of age. He was hosted by Gary Neville. So that stress that it was stressing Jodan Sancho mentally saw him 3 months out. Then Sancho came back. I think we were playing Nottingham, and he played really good, and I think he had a very fantastic second half of the season. Even towards the end of the season, Sancho really played some good games, especially when he played as a right winger. In the game of Chelsea, he put up an assist, and in the game of Fulham, he scored and made it count. Now, I've seen people coming out and really attack him after that FA Cup finale, where only the backline of United really played well, and the rest of players, Casemiro played badly, Bruno played badly, Eriksen played badly, Fred played badly, Rashford played badly, right? And the only spark was, I think, Garnacho. So, if I see people coming out and obviously say all that, I just wonder why these journalists are keeping their foot on the pedal on this story. Obviously, I know they are calling it for credibility, but this is not going to happen. To shame them all, they've always told us that, or they kept on telling us that David De Gea is going nowhere. They are going to give him a new contract, you know. They put up those stories for like 2 months. Then, all of a sudden, did David De Gea sign for Man United? You know? Even when reports from Italy came out and really confirmed to us that United is in for Andre Onana, they despised the reports, and most of them were waiting for the English media to report. But the reports were really right. Ten Hag had made up his mind that I don't want this player. And if Ten Hag is going to hate to make up his mind that doesn't want you in his team, do you know what he does? He does not use you. But tell me a player who has played better in the previous 3 games of Manchester United, not being Jodan Sancho, or rather than Jodan Sancho. Sancho has put in a shift. In the first game we played against Leeds, I saw him being played out of position as a false number 9. He delivered. In the game against Lyon, he delivered. And the game he played yesterday night against Arsenal, you all know what he did. You know, he even scored a very beautiful goal. So I rubbish all this. To me, Sancho is not going anywhere, because how many wingers do we have that are really capable of taking us through the season? We are having Anthony, we are having Rashford, and you're having Garnacho. You know, those are the 3 wingers that we have. And you can't tell me that you can start a season with only 3 wingers and you sell Jodan Sancho. Then who are you going to really use in? Then who are you going to use in as the 4th and 5th wingers? Because in an elite team, you need to be having a minimum of 4 wingers, and Sancho makes that number complete. So even yesterday, Amad Diallo got off the pitch and moved, or walked out of that MetLife Stadium on clutches with a protective boot on his right foot. What does that mean? It obviously shows you that it's all about us getting reduced in number in the midfield positions, especially the wingers. And Sancho is the only player that Erik ten Hag has gone ahead to identify as a versatile player that can play in every position. He has been tried as a central attack midfield. He did well. Left forward, he did well. Right forward, he did well. And the previous 3 games has been played as a false number 9, and Sancho has gone ahead to lead that line very, very well. Moreover, not playing with the first teamers of Manchester United. That is it. So, I think I'd even deliver better as a false number 9 if at all is being played if at all is being played with the first team, like Casemiro, Mason Mount, Bruno Fernandes, Anthony, Marcus Rashford playing around him, because his movement is really great, and the way he really moves those defenders is really one of those to really talk about. So, to me, I think that those stories are being put up by these journalists because they believe that their earlier stories should come out and really make sense. But for my case, it's not one of those that I'm going to come here and obviously even talk about a lot, because I believe they don't really add up to where we want them to be. They are not having enough facts to back them up as stories to really be taken serious, because there is no way Erik ten Hag would have gone ahead to put Sancho to play all those minutes. Look at Donny van de Beek. Even having scored a goal, he never even stepped on the pitch. It shows you that he's not in the plans of Erik ten Hag. That is it. So, after that, let's see what Bruno said after going ahead to obviously torment Arsenal. Bruno said, a good match. Everyone had fun. It's always difficult to play against Arsenal. A good state of mind, a good victory, and minutes in my legs. It's always good to score. It's important for confidence. I'm happy, but the result was the most important thing. So obviously he kickstarted off his captaincy very, very well, scoring against Arsenal, leading United to the win, and it was against Arsenal. There is no other sweetest win for us as United fans, especially when we win against Arsenal, Man City, and Liverpool. Those are the sweetest wins ever that we'll ever take in as fans of Manchester United. So I really understand what Bruno is really going through, and he went ahead to put in a shift that we all really wanted. And slowly by slowly, he's going to get better and better and better. But his left shot was really great. The way he smacked it, I've seen people blaming Ramsdale, but you shouldn't blame Ramsdale. Do you know why? That ball first bounced. He read the flight of the ball very well, but the problem is that ball bounced off the grass, and each and every time a ball bounces, it changes its direction, and obviously changing the flight. So I think people are trying to discredit Bruno's hit. Yet to me, I believe the person who smacked that ball should be given credit because he hit it very well. Like, I saw people coming out and obviously the FA Cup final trying to discredit Ika Gundogan for the hit he did for the first goal in 15 seconds. The guy hit the ball very, very well. The execution was really exquisite. So even to me, I believe the hit of Bruno Fernandes was exquisite, and no reason to blame Bruno Ramsdale. Even the second one that Sancho really did, it was very, very, very hard, and Aaron Ramsdale couldn't really save it. Tell me a goalkeeper who could save those 2 goals. No one. If you see the movement of Aaron Ramsdale, he was onto the left post, right, as Bruno cut in, and he never thought that Bruno is going to shoot with his weak foot, that is the left shoot, the left foot, and he instantly went in for the shot. So good to see that Bruno put in that effort, and I think we need to see more of that in this era of his captaincy or as a skipper of Manchester United. Now let's talk about Kobbie Maino. This is Bruno Fernandes. He has gone ahead and obviously put out a very huge story about Kobbie Maino. He said, honestly, Kobbie is a great player. He's good on the ball, strong. He can defend and attack. He's still pretty young, but we see a bright future for him. Hopefully, he will get more minutes. And obviously, this season, he's going to be the breakthrough player from the academy, as Garnacho did last time. And the difference with him and Garnacho is Garnacho never even had minutes in the preseason, but the manager just saw good talent in the player and kept on nurturing him. But for Kobbie Maino, he has found himself in a situation of getting minutes in his legs during the preseason, and he comes to prove people that I'm the man, that I'm going to come out and obviously even start. And this is where I've seen people coming out and claiming that we shouldn't buy in a second midfielder. Let's go in for a second striker. Guys, don't be carried away by Kobbie Maino. What has gone ahead to see most of our talents at Man United, especially that coming from the youth, that break through to the first team, really failed to hit their ceiling and meet the expectations of many, yet they kept us off their seats during their teenage ages, is not managing them better. Every time you pile a lot onto a young lad, then you won't get the best out of him. I think Kobbie Maino will be a player who will be on the bench and will always coming in through to play in the last 15-10 minutes, like Erik ten Hag did on Garnacho. Like, bring him on to play the last 10-15 minutes, get used to the Premier League, and obviously master the craft of really orchestrating his talent on the field of play. So we shouldn't hurry him in. I believe Sofiane Amrabat should come in through such that we are having 2 senior midfielders and a young one that is the understudy, Kobbie Maino. But he's a talent, guys. He's a talent. He's a very good player. The way he composed himself on the ball, he was slicky and smooth. So, in other words, he was a steady Eddie into that midfield, and he did the best that most of us really appreciated. And I would love to see him start against I'd love to see him start with Casemiro in a certain game. I called this in my match reaction, and I don't know whether the money is going to give it to us when you're playing Real Madrid, but I believe he might keep the same team that started against Arsenal, and then also make changes later. But Kobbie Maino going ahead of Scott McTominay just confirms to us what we've always been telling people, that Scott McTominay and Fred are just players that don't meet the standards of Manchester United. If they literally meet the standards of Man United, how come an 18-year-old is coming ahead of them? That is it. So let's see how Kobbie Maino is going to go ahead and obviously become or get nurtured as a better player. But I know it's going to happen because Erik ten Hag does nothing better than that, like of grooming people like Kobbie Maino into the best that they deserve. Now, lastly, let's discuss a little bit about Jonny Evans. Jonny Evans' temporary return to Manchester United could become permanent, with uncertainty over the future of Harry Maguire. Offering Evans a one-year deal has not been ruled out by Erik ten Hag, obviously. So, for Erik ten Hag and Jonny Evans, I think there is a player. People have come out and obviously downplayed or watered down the efforts of Erik ten Hag to really give this guy a new contract. Yet to me, I believe we need him around the team. You know, players like Jonny Evans are needed, not to come in through and play like 30 games a season. No, they're only needed when the team really has injuries, like for Rafael Varane and Lisandro Martinez. Do you know that those two players got injured on the same day, same match? Rafael Varane, it was 45 minutes, he walked off. Lisandro Martinez, it was 84 minutes. You know, he got a metatarsal. You know, a metatarsal. His metatarsal really broke, and he just found himself fractured, and he couldn't even proceed. Guess who we are left with? Harry Maguire and Lindelof. So I rate Evans ahead of Harry Maguire. That is it. So if at all they're giving him the job and a new contract for 1 year, that's really great, because all what we want is quality, and he's taken as a homegrown player. So let's get him in and obviously see to it that we match things up. So guys, your thoughts on to Sancho still up for sale are welcome in the comment section below. What do you make about Kobbie Maino hails by Bruno Fernandes, and Bruno Fernandes obviously telling us how sweet it is to defeat Arsenal? Your thoughts onto that are welcome in the comment section below. What do you make about Erik ten Hag planning to give Jonny Evans a 1 year contract at Manchester United? I sign out for now. See you later. Those that have gone to church, welcome back. And those that are still at church, may God bless you abundantly. And to my Muslim viewers and subscribers, Barak Lau Fikum. Rokan David remains my name. The United Matters channel is the YouTube channel that you are on. Ciao, ciao.